Hi there, this is Alvin from Dr. Wealth. We know that Warren Buffett is one of the well-watched investors in the world, and every purchases or any sale of the stocks will usually lead to some significant price changes within a single day once the announcement of the transaction that he has made. And we also know that Warren Buffett has been a very good long-term investor, and there are many stocks that he has bought, say, donkey years ago, decades ago, and they have made substantial gains, like Coca-Cola. And this kind of stocks is very difficult for investors today to get in because one would have to buy at a much higher price than when he first got into them. So today I'm going to give you the other set of stocks which Warren Buffett have in the Berkshire Hathaway portfolio, but their share price currently are lower than the prices that he have bought. So that means that will give investors more margin of safety. And of course, this is not financial advice, right? So just take it as an idea generation. You might find one or two interesting opportunities that you can take advantage of. So that is the crux of what this video is trying to achieve. Before I start the countdown, here is a short announcement I want to make. Today's episode is brought to you by FinBite Insights. So this FinBite Insight is started by Alvin, and that's me. And each day I will articulate my thoughts about the financial markets. Just by reading in less than 3 minutes, you will be able to get a very good understanding about what's going on, what's the most important thing that you need to know about the financial markets for that day, and how do you interpret it so that you can make better investment decision out of it. So do remember to go to finbiteinsights.substack.com and you can subscribe it for free and start enjoying the daily insights that I'll deliver it to your inbox. And welcome back. So now it is time for us to do the countdown. So at number 10, we have this company called Markel, and it is an insurance company. I think for majority of the investors, it may not be a very hot stock. And we know that Warren Buffett loves insurance company, and that was where he get to invest a lot of the insurance float. Because of the premium that's collected by the insurance company, he can help to deploy the capital to get a higher rate of return. But I don't think this Markel is a very big position, so which means Berkshire doesn't have a very controlling stake, and it's also very unlikely they will invest on behalf of Markel by using its float. So in this case, it's more like really a financial asset that Buffett has bought into, and he bought at an average price of about 1,357, and the price at the time of recording is about 1,337. So it is a price change of a slight just 2%. Okay. And at number 9, we have Diageo. It is a British alcoholic beverage company. Okay, so if you are a lover of whiskey, you should know this company. It is the world's #1 Scotch whiskey producer, right? Owns about 40% of the market share if you count production volume. But of course, besides whiskeys, it has other form of hard liquor, and it also have beer products like Guinness as well as Kilkenny. It's quite a well-known brand for those alcoholic basically. And average price that Buffett bought was about 180, and the current price is about 170. So there is a price change of about just 5%. At number 8, we have Floor and Decor. So as the name suggests, it specializes in flooring and related accessories. And Buffett liked this kind of very boring stuff, boring businesses. As long as it has good economics, it have competitive advantage, he can buy it at a fair price, and he believes that his future is predictable. This is the kind of business that he likes. And he averaged in around $107, the current price at $96. There is a paper loss of 10%, right? So that is what I mean. You will have a more margin of safety if you find some of this investment interesting to you. Number 7, we have Citi Group. This was not bought long ago. I think it was just last year, right? Berkshire Hathaway did make quite a lot of investment in 2022 alone, and most of them has actually came down in price, right? Because the market continued to be very weak for the second half of 2022, because it went in at the earliest stage at the first half of 2022. So for Citi Group, it was at about $57 he went in, and the current price is about $48. So there is a drop of 16%, and likely caused by the banking crisis that happened in the US during March this year. Number 6, we have HP Inc. This is also a very familiar household name, right? You might be using a HP laptop, or you might be having a HP printer. It is the largest printer brand in the world as of 2021, and it is also the second largest PC brand by shipment in 2022. So the largest was actually Lenovo, right? So HP is behind in number 2, but I think it still managed to capture about 1/5 of the market, which is quite substantial. So the average price that he went in for HP Inc. was about $35.78, and the current price is about $30, so there is a change of about 16%. And number 5 is new. Okay, it is a digital bank in Brazil, and Buffett, as usual, likes a lot of all these finance companies, whether it's insurance or banks. But in this case, this is a bit special, right? Because it is not a traditional bank, it is more like a digital bank. And we all know that Buffett doesn't really like a lot of technology, not because he hates them, because of his lack of understanding of how technology worked, and also the nature that technology changes very fast, and that's why Buffett tends not to invest in them. So it might come as a surprise that you might see some of Berkshire Hathaway portfolio holdings do contain some of these technology companies. It might not be selected by him, right, but it might be coming from his investment managers, and but I would think at the end of the day he would have given the stamp of approval before it was added to the Berkshire Hathaway portfolio. So nonetheless, based on the average price, it was $9.38, current price at $7.68, so there is a price change of about 18%. Number 4 is Saloni. This is a chemical and specialty materials company, and I think that it is not very familiar among investors because this is a B2B company, right? Investors are generally more familiar with the brands that we buy and use. This is not something that we will buy directly from the company, right? We might be using products that are indirectly using Saloni's products, but just that we don't buy directly. And average price of about $149, and current price is about $109, so you can buy at a discount of about 27% lower than what Buffett has paid for this. Number 3 is another finance stock. It is a financial holding company, and it owns an online bank as well as a stock brokerage platform, and it also provides car and housing loans to consumers. So the average buy price was about $41 and current price of $28, so there is a decline of about 32% from Buffett's buy price. And number 2, we have Paramount Group. Okay, so this is a media conglomerate. It has cable networks, it has a streaming service called Paramount Plus, and it also have one of the big 5 film studios, Paramount Pictures, which releases the Mission Impossible series of movies, right? So there's one Mission Impossible 7 that's going to come out. Okay, so I'm going to catch it, and I believe that quite a number of people will love it too. And the average buy price was $32, current price of $16. It's a very huge drop of 51% from Buffett's buy price. So you can buy it at half price of what Buffett paid for. And number 1, last but not least, is Kraft Heinz. So this is again another very famous food manufacturing brand. It has multiple food brands, of course, within its umbrella. It is within the top 10 biggest food manufacturers in the world. And when Buffett bought this was like, I don't know, many years ago, when he first partnered with 3G Capital, that is from Brazil, a private equity fund, together investing in this Kraft Heinz. And they also brought the two companies together because previously Kraft and Heinz were separate companies. When they did that proposal, they actually injected more funds, and that's how this stake into this Kraft Heinz came about. So Buffett did acknowledge that he bought this Kraft Heinz and overpaid for it, and it is not surprising, right? Because the Oracle of Omaha is tend to be right most of the time, and indeed the share price now has moderated quite significantly, right? 53% down from his buy price at about $37. But Buffett is not thinking of selling it. He has never sold a single share since he bought this company. He has been holding, and he also foresee that he's going to hold until at least the next decade. Yeah, and he believed that in the next decade, the share price will be higher than what he has paid for because he really believed in the strong brands of Kraft Heinz. So summary, these are the 10 stocks that I have quickly gone through. Okay, I hope that you might be able to get some trade ideas from here, but don't just blindly copy, okay, even though it's Warren Buffett stocks. I don't think that you should just buy without doing some due diligence, because I always believe that if you don't understand the company, you will not be able to invest confidently, and the problem comes when, let's say, the share price go down below your buy price. What are you going to do? Are you going to hold? Are you going to buy more? Are you going to sell? Right? So if you don't know what's going on, it's going to be very problematic going forward. In addition, we also don't know whether Buffett will hold on to these stocks, right? Because in the subsequent quarters, he might make certain transactions, and only then we will know. Okay, so it is important to keep track of your investments as well. So I hope you like this video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.